The man dumped the woman in the pouring rain on the outskirts of nowhere, all for picking up his white moonlight who'd just flown back from abroad. The woman stood drenched, feeling like a clown in her own love story. No matter how hard she tried, she'd never replace the woman shining in his eyes. Then a car came roaring through the storm and smashed into her body. When she woke up, her best friend dropped the bomb. She'd lost part of her memory. She remembered everyone, except the man she'd loved for 7 years. Her friend tried to jog her memory with photos. The woman saw nothing but the man's face filling her entire camera roll, and notes listing every way he'd shattered her heart. Even without memories, her chest ached reading those words. She realized how low she'd crawled for love, so she hit delete on every trace of him. If love hurt this much, then forgetting was freedom. In her wheelchair, she went for a checkup and crashed into the man himself. She tried to roll away, but the man stopped her, accusing her of stalking him. She explained she'd been hospitalized after a car accident. Then the white moonlight appeared. When she asked who the woman was, the man called her merely his sister's friend. The woman felt nothing, unfazed by their closeness, but the white moonlight smelled the truth. So she lured the woman to the lake and staged a fall just as the man arrived. The man dove in without hesitation, saving his white moonlight first. When the woman tried to call a doctor, the man thought she was fleeing the scene. She explained the woman fell in herself, but the man refused to listen. White moonlight wept, saying the woman hadn't meant it. The man roared that the white moonlight was his bottom line, and she'd crossed it. So he ordered his men to throw the woman into the lake. She thrashed, powerless and broken. She watched the man carry white moonlight away, never once looking back. When she woke again, she was back on a hospital bed. Only her best friend remained by her side. The woman decided to leave the city and reclaim her family legacy. She handed in her resignation the moment she was discharged. She'd won awards as a brilliant designer, on track to become creative director. People mourned her departure, yet the man gave her dream job to his white moonlight instead. White moonlight stared her down, eyes full of triumph, but the woman found it laughable because she no longer cared. The night before she left, her friend invited her to a birthday party. She arrived with gifts and saw the man and his white moonlight greeting his parents. She tried to leave quietly, but her friend dragged her upstairs to wait in a bedroom. The woman lit her favorite scented candles. Instead, it was white moonlight who burst in. White moonlight hurled insults at the friend, vowing to drive her from the family. The woman snapped, finally slapping white moonlight across the face. During their fight, a candle toppled, sparking a deadly blaze. White moonlight shoved the woman into the flames, then threw herself dramatically to the ground as footsteps approached. The man rushed in and chose white moonlight without hesitation. He left the woman burning behind him, ignoring her cries for help. When he finally returned, it was only to demand she apologize to white moonlight. The friend couldn't take it anymore and played the security footage. The man's world shattered as he watched the truth unfold. He screamed that it was fake, demanding to see the woman, but the friend whispered the cruelest sentence. He would never see her again because he'd killed her with his own hands.